Before we begin with the topic, I would just like to remind you to go get your instrument so that you can play along, because improvising in music is playing music, just like all other playing music is playing music. That being said, now that you've paused the video and come back and you have an instrument, we will begin. Improvisation is, in short, making it up. I'm making up what I'm doing right now. I'm improvising the words. I'm using words the same way we would use notes. There are certain words I can use to convey my meaning. And there are rules that I have to use to put those words together, like grammar, sentence structure, and stuff like that. And that's kind of where the analogy breaks down. There isn't really any sentence structure. There's no words, there's notes. But that's basically it. So if we impose some rules for our first improvisations, then it'll become a little bit more clear. So we're going to start off by playing the first 3 notes of the C major scale, concert C. So if you are a concert-pitched instrument like flutes or oboes or trombone, bassoon, any of those, your notes will be here. Please memorize these notes if you can. It's only 3 notes. If you are a B-flat instrument, here's your notes. And if you are an E-flat instrument, here's your notes. All right, we will use these 3 notes to do our first improvisations. But before that, let's just play them. Let's play those 3 notes from the first one up to the 3rd one and back down. It's going to sound like this. Go ahead and do that once or twice. I assume you did that while I was silent. Okay. Now, I'm going to improvise a little bit using just those 3 notes. Obviously, with 3 notes, we are a little bit limited. So why don't you pause the video now and do a little bit of improvising with just those 3 notes yourself. Okay, unpause. Let's play together now. I'm going to play a little bit, and I'm going to leave some space, and you can improvise in the space. If you want, try to respond to what I do, or copy it exactly, or ignore it entirely. Those are essentially your 3 options. Let's begin. 1, 2, just me. Your turn. Okay, me. You. And me. And you. Okay. So, now that we have 3 notes and we've sort of noodled around on them, let's add 2 more notes. We are now going to use the first 5 notes of the scale. So, as a reminder, here is your notes for C instruments. And here is your notes for B-flat instruments. And here is your notes for E-flat instruments. Okay, let's play these 5 notes from the bottom one up to the top one and back down. Go ahead and pause the video to do that a couple times, slowly if you need to. Okay, unpause. And now I will improvise a little bit with these 5 notes. Obviously, with more notes, it's I don't want to say it's easier to be more musical, but the possibilities can be more musical because there's more notes to play with each other. There's more notes to interact with each other. Now let's you go ahead and improvise with those 5 notes a little bit. Noodle around. Keep it simple. If you're not sure what to play, just play. It doesn't have to sound good. Go ahead and pause the video to do that now. Alright, welcome back. If you paused it. If you didn't, now you get to play along with me. So we'll do the trading thing again. I'll play a little bit, and you can respond to it, and then I'll do again, and we'll go back and forth 3 times, just like before. Here I go. Now you go. Okay, me. Now you. Now me. Now you go. Okay. For this last example, we will use all of the notes for the scale. We're going to add just 2 more notes, plus the octave, the highest note, if you would like. Here's your notes for C instruments. Here's your notes for B flat instruments. And here's your notes for E flat instruments. So just like before, let's play them straight up and down a couple times. I'll do it once so you know what it sounds like. It's a scale now, or it's a whole scale anyway. Here, now we have the most opportunity to make the most music, because most music uses notes from the full range of a scale, but not much more than that. Go ahead and play that up and down a couple times on your own. Pause the video to do so, because I'm not going to leave any time in the video. Now unpause, that's cool. I will improvise a little bit, then you can pause to do so. Obviously, with the full scale, the possibilities are a lot more. Go ahead and pause the video to improvise a little bit, and then we'll do the trading. Unpause. Alright, so we'll do trading now, and before we do, I would like to address some concerns that first-time improvisers might have. if you're not sure what to play, just play. I think I said that earlier. It doesn't have to sound good the first time. It never really has to sound good, but the first time that you're doing this, I like to make the language analogy. Improvising in music is kind of like a language. And if we were to get into specific kinds of improvisation like jazz or rock or blues, there are certain elements that exist within those within those kinds of music that make it sound unique, like other languages. Like Spanish doesn't sound like English or Japanese or whatever. They're all different. They all have their own rules and sounds. And because improvising is like a language, when you do it the first time, it's like the first time you were learning the language that you can speak verbally, which was baby babble. It didn't make sense. It was just sound, and then eventually you formed words. And so that's why it doesn't need to make sense the first time you do this in music. You need to put sounds together, and you have to listen to yourself, and you have to listen to other improvisers, and you have to, over time, put it together in a coherent sort of way. Let's do some improvising with the whole scale now. I'll trade. I go first, then you, then me, then you, etc. Here we go. Alright, so I hope this was helpful. There will be more videos in this series concerning specific kinds of improvisation and using things that you can learn by ear in improvisation and all kinds of stuff like that. This rabbit hole goes quite deep. That being said, if you got something out of this, great. Go ahead and like the video, share it, comment on it, subscribe to my channel, all that kind of stuff. That will help bring this content to more young musicians. This is the thing that I am most excited about in music because it is the thing that brings out creativity. Improvisation. It's like writing music, but it doesn't get written down, and then you forget it, and then you do it differently the next time, which is fun. That being said, I hope you have a nice day. Take care.